hard as fuck. And I was like, oh, fuck. I'm like, I'm so sorry. And she's like, what the fuck? Like,
That charm just turned off, dude.
dude, she turned into a whole different person after that. She's like, son of a bitch. God damn it. Right? Screaming.
Right.
And because she's screaming in the middle of the street, the dudes from the party come out like, yo, what the fuck? Like, right? And I was like, okay. What's up, dudes and lady dudes? Welcome back to another installment of the Loft Boys. We're over here in SD, California.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Where my homie was raised. You're here with your boy Drew. This is my boy Big Turtle McGirdles. We like to call him.
That's the first one, yeah. Turtles McGirdles.
I'm running out of fucking names, dog. Lucky. I don't know. Just
Alright.
saying shit. But yeah, thanks for tuning in. We appreciate you guys. My boy's about to do Get What You Get.
Go first. Okay. Oh, this is the one I kind of got for you, dude. This is a Pilsner. It's called Lager.
What?
Yeah. But it's a Pilsner.
That's pretty funny.
Yeah. I think they do like San Diego beer, like style looking, like Padre looking, because that's why it looks
I was just about to say, it looks
Yeah.
like it has like the Padre font on
yeah.
it. Mine's an Oktoberfest German style Marzen.
Oh, okay.
It's made by Kern River Brewing Company. It's an ale,
Yeah, dude, when I was out in
German style.
Total Wine, they had like I
It's
wanted
a
to
good
throw in
selection, dude.
a pumpkin spice one.
Oh,
but
hell no. Thank God.
yeah.
That would have been me on like the last one where I was like, I forgot what that beer was, but Jesus.
All right, I'm gonna do a cheers.
All right, brother.
So let's see. Got it down here, but I'm gonna see if I can spit it. A rich man lives in a castle. A poor man lives by the sea. But a glass of whiskey and a fat girl's ass, it's home sweet home to me. I had to look for it, dude.
That's hard. Cheers, bro.
Cheers. It's pretty good.
Okay.
Swish it around. Not a fan.
No,
No, you want to try it?
it's a Pilsner.
That's what it said on the. Or am I tripping? Maybe I'm wrong.
Yep, it's Pilsner.
Yeah, let me try that.
Mine's an ale. Ales are a little too.
Yeah, I like that one.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
See, I like that one a little bit more.
Yeah.
Ales are a little too weedy for me.
Mm.
You know what I mean? Like this is gonna be a weird comparison, but like I feel like you would know what like a shock top is.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah.
Shock top is like more citrusy, right?
Yeah.
But it has like that. It's a wheat beer. This tastes kind of like weedy, almost in that sense. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Without the citrus shock top
Without
bullshit.
the little flavor.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And
Okay.
I fucking hate shock tops.
I don't know. This one's kind of. I don't know, because I've had pilsners. I just don't think this is a good pilsner. Like,
Really?
I think pilsners are good,
Uh-huh.
and I mean I think a lot of beers are good, but it's just
Yeah.
just this one specifically. Maybe because I was drinking a fruity drink too, like these seltzers. So maybe it kind of fucked
your
with my
palate's
palate.
Fucked up. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not bad. I mean, it's crisp.
Yeah.
It's crisp and kind of refreshing. So.
Yeah.
And that's what I like about pilsners.
Mhm.
Like it gives you that.
It's giving me the
Like a Sprite. You know what I mean? I don't know.
like a cold McDonald's
Kind
Sprite,
of
dude.
like a cold fucking pilsner.
Yeah.
Gives you that kind of
Okay.
feel for me. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? That's why I kind of dig them now. You know, and they're obviously a little lighter and shit now.
Yeah.
And your boy, like, I need Tums on me 24/7, so like, it helps.
So would I recommend this? I would say like half, because I don't want to, because I feel like I was drinking this drink. I think it fucked up my palate.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna be neutral about it. It's not my favorite, only because I think my palate kind of got fucked up by drinking something that's got flavor. Like I think it's like a melon mango thing.
Yeah.
And I think with that and then this mix, I think it's giving me that weird aftertaste. I don't
Yeah.
know. So lager's okay, but little.
So, I mean, you gave it this.
Yeah.
I'd also give this that.
Yeah.
But see, that's the thing. Our opinions are kind of biased right now because, like, I'm not a huge fan of
Yeah.
ale. You know what I mean? So it's not bad. It's, you know, it's a decent drink. But, like, because I'm not an ale fan, I'll give it this. You know what I mean? If you're an ale fan, I'm pretty sure this is tasty.
Yeah, I've always wanted to do. This is like a totally side note, random. I've always wanted to go to like an Oktober fest, like wherever it originated from, like in I don't know, Europe, right?
Germany.
Germany. Yeah,
Yeah.
like I want to go because from what I hear, and this is just internet, the interweb, whatever. Beers out in Europe aren't as strong as like alcohol here. Apparently, it's
really?
not. Yeah, from what I hear, it's
Is that
like,
why they say they can drink so much? Is because their beers
their
are
beers really
are
like
for pussies?
yeah, dude.
What?
I don't know because you said it's in Germany.
Uh-huh.
I don't know about Germany, but I know in like the UK, like the beer is just not.
They drink pilsners out there, I think.
Because what was
Or ales.
I think in the football team, the Packers.
Wisconsin.
No. What was it? I don't know the team, but I remember the Minnesota Vikings. It's either the Packers or the Vikings that they had like a game in like the UK, like they, you know how baseball now they're doing, so they did that, and then I guess they like drank them dry, like they're banned from going out there, like from doing that in the UK because like the people that went out there just fucking drank the bars dry and stuff like that.
Because
So
their beers are for pussies.
That's
crazy.
Yeah.
So Americans aren't allowed to go to Europe because we'll drink
well,
all your
because
shit.
like we're like having that like
yeah.
the game and stuff like I think it's been
Big,
banned
huge
because
event.
of that. Yeah, I'll put the thing on what really happened because I did see something like that where it's like
That's
they
tough.
went out to Europe. Yeah, I heard European beers.
Fucking America, baby.
Because I've seen like videos of like Europeans drinking like people like beers from the United States and they're just like like the content is just way higher.
Really?
Yeah.
I've never even thought about that.
I thought it was the opposite. I thought
their beers were stronger.
yeah, from what I've seen, it's not.
Can't even handle Budweiser, dog.
Should we?
No wonder. No wonder you lost World War II. Fuck off. That's crazy.
Also, we have no fucking idea what we're talking about.
I don't know if you guys know this or not. We talk out of our ass. So, we have no idea what the fuck we're saying.
Okay. This is getting a little bit better.
Okay. So it
Okay.
takes a couple sips.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's like diluting that one, but
Yeah.
it's pretty good.
You wanna give a shout out to the sponsor at all, or?
Fuck, dude.
We really appreciate you guys for like sponsoring this video. Do you want me to say it? Because
I don't have one of our sponsors, dude. I'm sorry. So like
I like sometimes like we have so many.
yeah.
You know what I mean, that we really can't keep track of them. But like our sponsor today for this video are women that water their plants too much and then kill them. We really appreciate you guys really sponsoring this video. I think we wouldn't be able to do it without you guys. So.
You can't keep those plants alive, but you can keep us alive and drinking. So
keep watering us.
yeah,
that's what I always say. But yeah, thanks for the support.
Okay.
Anyways,
let's go. So I know we've been doing like the dirty dark, but I think dark is where it's at. I think dark. I'm not doing.
I'm with the dark jokes, man.
Yeah.
I mean, they're a little tough.
A little tough.
A little R-rated, but
yeah.
I'm about that action.
Yeah, I got a couple too. Let me see. I got
show
1,
me
2, 3, 4. I got 5. So
Oh Jesus! Shoot me the three.
the three. Okay, let's do three. Let me go. Let's do something a little light. What's stronger than family?
Blood.
The tree that Paul Walker hit.
Fuck. That's fucked up. Okay.
Yeah, dude.
Rest in peace, my boy, dude.
This is one of okay, so this is just you don't need to.
So fucked. Okay.
So I used to date this girl with a lazy eye, but we broke up because she was seeing other people on the side.
Stupid. Okay.
Okay, this is I try not to do like race jokes, but I'm gonna start incorporating it a little bit, and it's what do you call an Indian dating site?
What do you call an Indian dating site?
Yeah.
If it has something to do with Navajo?
No, not that
Okay.
Indian.
Okay, go
Like
ahead.
7-Eleven Indian.
Oh, the red dot Indian.
Mhm.
Okay.
Connecting the dots.
That's racist, dude. So
You're like, we can't stand for that.
That's so racist, bro. You can't say that shit. So stupid. That's so dumb.
Okay. I
That
want
was
to do one
good.
more. I want to do one more.
Do it, yeah.
Okay, so what's the hardest part of sleeping with a blind woman?
What?
Matching her husband's voice.
That's so fucked.
No?
That's so fucked. That's so mean, dude.
It's got to settle in.
Yeah,
dude.
yeah. That's really good, though.
Yeah. Okay.
That's
I don't know, but we'll
tough.
save it for next time.
Oh, my God. Bro.
Please send in your dark
These
jokes.
are getting dark, bro.
No? The
No.
last ones was darker? The last episode? The last episode we did was darker?
A little bit.
Yeah?
A little bit darker than these, but they're like, you can see the progression.
Okay.
God damn. Yeah, you can see the progression for sure. You know what I mean? It's getting a little darker, I
Yeah.
feel, on this one. Okay. What's the sloppy toppy for this one?
Okay, so I was thinking about just fucking stories, dude, about shit we've been through in a sense where it's like you look back on it and you're like, fuck. One of those where like I guess you can say like running from the cops type deal, or maybe like I don't know, getting into like just nights where you just got into a situation where it wasn't a night that you're trying to do to like tell the story. It's more like it just happened, and these are just stories that it just.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, you're trying to get in some shit.
Yeah, like
Okay.
like one night I remember fucking just getting completely drunk, and this is the BMW. So there's in our life there's this BMW. It's the
Junior's B&W?
yes, the 528e BMW. It's like
Hell
a
yeah.
fucking.
That shit's been through some shit.
It's been through it, dude. It's still alive. It's like my brother's restoring it.
Really?
Yeah. So we're at this party, right? And I was the DD. Have you ever been with the DD that got more fucked up than you?
No.
Well, that was me. So it was me, my buddy, and this girl that we were hanging out with, and this isn't crazy. It's a little just like intro to this. I got so fucking drunk that night that he ended up driving us, but then I really had to pee, and we were on the 805 freeway going south. And
That's
I
right here,
remember,
right?
yeah,
The 805? Yeah.
yeah, and I remember fucking just being like, fuck this. I rolled down the window. I stood outside while he's driving on the freeway, and I was taking a fucking piss while he's driving. Like,
So all that's inside are your legs?
all that's inside of my legs, yes.
Uh-huh.
And then from what I remember is like I felt a tug, and he's driving, and he reached to like grab my shirt to just make
So you don't fall out?
yeah. So instead of like being like, bro, pulling me in, he's just like, whenever you're done, just make sure you don't fucking fall, because I guess when he did that, I was like, whoa, like one of these. Yeah.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, that happened twice.
What the fuck? I've never done that.
Yeah, dude. it was the dumbest fucking thing I've done, but it was like one of the most memorable nights because we were like at some college party. It was fucking
And you were supposed to be the DD?
yeah.
Fuck off, dude. You're the worst
Dude,
DD ever.
Piece of shit.
That's so crazy.
Yeah, and I
So
felt bad.
he was driving the BMW.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
Yeah,
shit.
that BMW seen some things,
Dude,
dude.
okay, talking about the BMW. Just popped in my head.
Yeah.
Son of a bitch. Holy fuck. Remember that time we went to that fucking party? You took me to, like, your homie's party at a homie, whatever party?
Right.
House party?
Yeah.
I was in San Diego kicking it with you. It was like you, me, and I think Gia, right?
Oh yeah.
Shout
yeah.
out Gia, dude. That's like old school type shit. That's
Yeah.
like back in the days,
Yeah.
right? Shout out Gia. We go to this fucking party, right? We buy beer. We buy like 30 racks, right? You and me,
Mm-hmm.
right? We go to this fucking party. There's like nobody there yet. And like we're drinking, we're hanging out in the back. We have our beer. And like these dudes walk in. These like 2-3 dudes walk in, right? And there's like 15 chicks behind them. Right? And I remember thinking like, damn, dog, you guys got it like that?
Right,
Okay,
yeah.
props. Right? Cute fucking girls. Right? I'm like, damn, you guys got some chicks with you? That's sick. Then I don't remember, were we playing beer pong? I think we were playing beer
Yeah.
pong, right? And then we're like on the other side of the table. Our beers are on the other side of the table. We're playing on this side. We're like playing, and then we just see people with like beers in their hands, right? And these fools are like drinking our fucking beers.
Yeah.
And I remember like seeing this shit. I'm like, yo, what the fuck? These fools are just grabbing our shit.
Yeah.
And I remember saying to one guy, being like, hey, what's up, man? Like, how's my beer taste? And he was like, what do you mean? I'm like, that's my beer you're drinking.
No.
I'm like,
that's
where'd
not-
you get that?
That's not how it went. Hold on, because I remember this vividly. I'm
Oh,
sorry to
shit.
cut you off.
Am I fucking it up?
A little bit,
Okay,
just
go.
a little bit, just that line because
Go.
it was like, it was such a fucking like line. Even though we're pretty fucking drunk, that stayed in my head, and I was just like, this fucking guy, because you're like, hey bro, you talk to him, and you're like, hey, how do you like that beer? And he's like, oh, this one. You're like, yeah, that beer. Like, do you like it? Is it pretty good? And he's like, yeah, man, that's pretty good beer. And you're like, yeah, that's my fucking beer, man.
God
was
damn, I am such a fucking dick.
Because I didn't know where you were going with it. Because I was just like, because I was watching you say this stuff, and I was like, oh shit. Like,
So I buttered him up first?
yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
fuck. I don't remember that.
And that's
I
what
thought it
happened.
was me just being like, hey, dude, that's my beer. What are you doing?
Yeah.
No, I
Yeah,
buttered
you
this
buttered
fool
up.
up.
You're like, yo, how do you like that beer? And,
And
he's
he
like, oh,
was
it tastes
like,
really good.
you know what? It's not
It's
too
pretty,
fucking
yeah, and you're like, fucking
very
drink your beer, and
refreshing.
you're like, yeah, man, that's my fucking beer, man. Yeah. No,
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, whatever. Granted, like, you're drinking somebody else's fucking
Right,
beer.
right,
You
right.
didn't buy it.
Yeah.
And I was, I guess I said that. And I'm like, yeah, like, what the fuck? You're just grabbing people's beers or what? And they were like, well, I guess this dude was like, well, I didn't fucking know that. And I'm like, what do you mean? It's not yours. Why are you grabbing it? And he was like, well, can you buy us beer? He's like, are you 21? And I remember this. Because he goes, are you 21? Buy us some beer. I'm like, yeah, I'm 21. And I'm like, I ain't buying you shit. We were only like 19.
Yeah.
I wasn't 21 yet. I wasn't 21 yet. I was just being a dick. But I was like, yeah, I'm 21. I'm not fucking buying you shit. Buy your own fucking beer. But I remember that part.
Yeah,
And
and it's
then-
funny because it's like I didn't interject at all. I was just like, in my head, I was like, I'm gonna
You
see
were
where
just
this
standing
plays
there.
out. Yeah,
And the crazy thing is, those were like your
Yeah.
friends, right?
yeah,
I had no idea. I thought these were just random dudes.
yeah.
And like when I was hanging out with you in San Diego, I didn't know anybody. I only know you, right? So like when you would take me to these parties or we would be hanging out with people, I didn't know them. I didn't know anybody. I was just like, kind of thing, like, you're my boy type shit. And I'm yelling at these fools, like fucking roasting them, talking all this mad shit, and they're your fucking homies from like high school.
Yeah.
But like one thing I do give you credit was you had my back that night because like they started flexing on me like crazy, being like, yo, what the fuck? Like, what's up? What's the problem? I was like, well, what's up then? Super drunk. and like they're flexing on me, but you had my back over their back,
Yeah.
you know, like, type shit. And
And
like
I
you
grew
were
up
like,
playing like baseball with these fools. Like,
yeah,
yeah,
like you grew up with these dudes,
Yeah.
right? Yeah, and I didn't know that at the fucking time. I thought these were just randoms.
Yeah.
And like you're over here flexing on them with me, and you know I was like, yeah, me and my boy will fuck you up. What's up? And you know I didn't find out till later that you eventually told me like, yo, those were like my homies. Back
That's why there was like a bit of a like confusion where it wasn't like,
yeah.
oh, it wasn't. They're just like, oh, get your boy type deal, but it was just like, I mean, whatever you're doing, I'm fucking like,
Yeah.
let's rock, like, let's fucking handle this shit.
Crazy. And then he was the best man at my wedding. And then yeah, so the reason why I'm telling this story is because like we got super fucked up. That shit happened. We almost got down at this fucking party, your friend's house party, and with your friends that I didn't even fucking know. I'm just picking fights with random people, and then we end up leaving like later or whatever. Like that shit died out eventually. All the girls were like, "No, stop!" Right to the guys,
Yeah.
and whatever. Right, it like dies out, and like we drink our beers. You know, minus whatever 6 beers because they fucking took our beers.
Yeah.
And then we end up leaving, right? And I remember leaving like super wasted. And I remember Gia being in the car when we were leaving, right?
Yeah.
And like we're talking and like we're hanging out. We're all like 3 hanging out talking. And like out of nowhere, I just feel like this really sick feeling in my stomach. And like I rolled down the window. I think I was like talking to Gia. I was just like, yeah, crazy, right?
Yeah.
And I'm like rolling down the window. Or are they power windows?
They're power windows,
So I'm
dude.
like, but I'm like, yeah, that's fucking nuts. And then I turn around and go, "Blah!" outside the fucking window. And I like throw up while Turtle's driving outside the fucking window. And then I turn back around. I'm like, huh? Yeah. And then I remember Gia going like, did you just throw up? And I was like, nah. What do you mean? Nope. I was like, nope. I was like, hell no. What are you talking about?
That's crazy,
That's
dude.
a story that will probably never leave my fucking mind. And right now, when you brought up the BMW, that shit popped into
Dude,
my
that BMW has been through so much because
Bro, we had to wash that shit the next day because there's throw up all over the side.
there
of
was
the car.
yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah, and that's the same BMW that I took up there and like drove it whenever I could, whenever my brother wasn't using it. So yeah, dude, that was fucking crazy fucking night, dude.
Yeah, I can see that. Yeah,
Yeah,
dude,
dude.
that night was fucking crazy for me too. You know what I mean? I mean, for me, that was another Saturday. I feel like I was always doing some dumb shit like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Back then, so whatever.
Yeah, I remember this
It doesn't matter.
this one time, dude. My boys and I, we all ditched school and went to watch a movie or whatever. And I remember this because it's a Ford Focus. It was a Ford Focus. Had like the tan color or whatever. And this dude thought he can reverse and then like spin his car forward and then put it in drive and then go.
Okay, like the movies type shit.
Yeah. So we're just like, dude, it's like the middle of the day. Nobody's even like close to that street. It's kind of, we're like, fuck it, bro. Like, run it. And this dude's fucking going, dude. And like, the thing is, when he did it, it's a hill that goes down like this, and then there's these guardrails. Instead of picking the lane furthest so he can kind of like swing his tail in and then go, he like picked the lane right next to the guardrail. So when he's reversing, he fucking does the turn, smashes into the fucking guardrail. I'm like going like this, and I look over, and I'm in the back. There's
You're in
three
the.
of us.
You guys are in the car.
We're in the car.
Oh
Yeah.
fuck! This whole time I thought you guys were like outside
watching him. No, we're in the car. Yeah.
No. Okay.
And then like I look,
you have
like,
too much trust for people.
I fucking like I kind of hit the top, but the dude next to me wasn't wearing a seatbelt, so like you know how like the back end goes and it's like the speakers in that in that little little
he
area.
got stuck in there.
He fucking went in.
No. Yo, dude.
Yeah, and then he fucking hits, and then it turns around, and we're like, what the fuck? But because not a lot of cars are coming, so we go out, and his just bumper gets fucked up. Nothing crazy, but everybody like had whiplash. Like somebody was fucked up, dude. That dude who fucking hit because his face went in, but then it hit the mirror, like the back windshield. dude.
my
My
God.
buddy's nose was bloody, dude. And I was like, whatever, dude. We're having a great fucking time. The next day, I guess nobody got caught except for me because someone in like one of my classes like ditched to get into that class, and they're like, "Oh, Anthony's not here, so it's a sub. So tell him that you're Anthony. He's not gonna see you." So it looks like I missed all of school except for like that period. Yeah. So they called me like, "Where were you?" And then they called my house, and I was like, "Yeah." I ended up getting caught up, but I ain't no fucking rata. So I was just like,
Damn.
they're like, well, "Oh, so it was just you?" And I was like, "Yeah." They're like, it wasn't like other people because I've heard. They're like, I heard it was like other fucking people involved, and I was like, nah.
I ain't no rata fool.
My
You
dad was
can't.
there, dude. My dad was there, and he's just like fucking. He's like, "You sure it was you?" He's like, "Where'd you go? How'd you get the car?" And I was like, "Just me."
Wait, they knew you were in a car doing whips and shit, or
Well, they
is that what
knew.
they're talking about, or like they knew you just weren't there?
They just knew from like rumors that like we all ditched.
Mm.
So like we went to.
Oh, so they were just trying to pry.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and I was just like,
fuck
no.
you, dog. Ain't no fucking rata
Yeah,
and
dude.
shit.
So I was like, no, no, and then so that was it. I ended up getting. I didn't get suspended, but I got like detention.
It's Saturday school.
Yeah,
Whatever.
Fucking Saturday school,
Dude, I hate Saturday school.
Yeah.
Yeah. Used to have that shit all the time.
But that was like one of those like, I guess you could say like high school like memories that I'll never forget about. Sober.
That's tough. You were
We
sober?
were all sober.
And you were in that fucking car?
Yeah,
No,
dude.
dude. No. Yeah, you have too much trust for people. I would never.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, that when other people drive cars and I'm in the backseat, I'm like, yo, chill.
You're holding on.
Yeah, I'm holding on for fucking dear life. If I see you fucking texting, smoking a fucking blunt, and texting at the same time while driving
Yeah.
and drinking a beer, I'm getting out of that bitch. Like, I don't trust you. Maybe, you know what? Back then, maybe not. Like, back then, I'd be like, this food's so cool. Like,
Yeah. Like, damn.
you know what I
dude.
mean? Like, but like right now, I'm
Smoking,
like, hell,
texting while fucking driving with his knees.
I'm like, hell no. Like, I'm not doing that now.
No.
Maybe back then, whatever. We all used to
Dude, dumb shit.
drive drunk,
Yeah.
allegedly. You know what I mean? But yeah, you know what I'm saying. I got a good one. This story is so stupid. All my cousins know this fucking story.
Okay.
All my cousins know this story because my cousins were there, right? Or I think Angel was there, but my cousins know this story. There was one night where they picked me up. The homies picked me up. It was like me, Angel, the homie Tony. I think the homie Mammoth was there. You've met Mammoth, right? Back in the days. Shout out Mammoth, bro. Miss you. I think there was one other person. I can't remember who, but whatever. We're like driving fucking in the middle of the fucking night. It's like 1 a.m.
Yeah.
We're like still in high school, and the homie Tony's driving, and we're like going up Euclid up to like Mount Baldy kind of shit.
Okay.
To like find a spot to go drink. And out of nowhere, we get to like a stop sign. These girls pull up like right next to us, and they're like, "Woo! Like, what are you guys
No.
doing?" And we're like, "What's up? Like, where's the party at?" They're like, "Follow us." So we follow these fucking chicks, dude, to this fucking house party, and we realize they're like a lot older than us.
Oh, really?
We're like fucking 16, 17 years old. These fools that we ended up partying with were like 25 plus.
Oh, shit.
They were like older.
No way.
So we get to this house party. It's like all these dudes and like white boys and like white chicks. And the girls are like, woo. And the dudes, when we walked in, we were like, what's up, guys? The dudes were like, what the fuck kind of thing. But whatever. We're like
Dude.
playing beer pong.
Yeah.
They ended up being like really cool. We get like super fucking wasted, right? My cousin Angel gets like super fucking drunk. And I get super fucking wasted as well. Me and my little backstory preface. Me and my cousin Angel used to fight all the time.
Each other?
All the time, yeah.
Okay.
When we were drunk, we used to argue all the fucking time. We used to fight all the time. We never agreed on anything. Ask anybody. We just always did that.
Right.
And that night happened to be one of those fucking nights. I think we were arguing about shotgun. Because my cousin Angel was like, wanted shotgun. I was like, no, bro, I got fucking shotgun. I had shotgun all night.
Oh, you guys are leaving.
Yeah, we were leaving. We were already gone.
Yeah.
But we're like so fucking wasted arguing over shotgun, right? That were like yelling at each other,
Mm-hmm.
or whatever it was. I think it was shotgun, but like it
Right.
could have. I don't know what it was.
Yeah.
Eventually, one of the girls that was in that car that was like, "Come with us, follow us," right? Comes out, is like, "Hey, boys, relax," right? And she was fine, dude.
Yeah.
Like super hot, cute, right? Type shit. And she's like, "Boys, it's gonna be okay. Like, relax." And she's like, doing like working her
No.
charm, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And we were both like,
Okay.
"Are you right?" Straight up,
Guys, we're so dumb.
dumb, dude, dumb. And then my cousin Angel's like, "Okay," gets in the back seat.
Yeah.
I take the shotgun. Like, I just sit down, like, "Yeah, whatever you say."
Yeah.
And like Tony's like, "Yeah, baby, like, like whatever you say, baby." You know what I mean? And I sit down in the driver's seat. She like kneels down like in front of me, like in between like the car door.
Right.
The car door is open. She's like kneeling down, talking to me, and I'm sitting in the seat and I'm looking at her. I'm like, "Yeah, no, I understand. Like, I get where you're coming from. We really appreciate the night," type shit. Like, we had a good time. You know what I mean? It was nice meeting you guys. And my fucking drunk ass, dude. And she's like still kind of there, like being like, "Okay, you guys be safe." And like before she gets a chance to like walk out, I like close the door and I hit her on the side of the face. I like donk her on the fucking side of the temple,
No.
bro. And when I
dude.
say donk her, I mean I fucking hit the fuck out of this bitch, like right here, bro. Hard as fuck. And I was like,
No.
"Oh, fuck." I'm like, "I'm so sorry." And she's like, "What the fuck?" Like,
That charm just turned off, dude.
dude, she turned into a whole different person after that. She's like, "Son of a bitch. God damn it." Right? She's screaming.
Right.
And because she's screaming in the middle of the street, the dudes from the party come out like, "Yo, what the fuck?" Like, they thought we like beat her up or
Right,
something.
right.
And they come fucking running out. And my boy Tony goes, "Fuck that." Boo! Takes off, dude. Takes off. The door's
had
still
the-
open.
Yeah.
And I'm like, "Oh, shoot." Close the door. They start throwing like bottles at us. Tony's like, "Fuck you." Like out the window.
Yeah.
We probably, I think they thought we beat the fuck out of her.
Yeah.
But my drunk ass just fucking hit her on the side of the face with a car door.
I didn't see that going that way.
I know you didn't, dude.
I thought you were gonna go and like, grab her,
No.
give her a little.
No, dude, when there's girls involved, I always end up ruining the situation. Always, dude. I always do some dumb shit. And I totally donked this girl on
my
the side of her
God,
face.
dude.
Tough, dude. And she was fine. She was so sexy. And I ruined the entire shit. And then after that, we went back to Ontario and we got some donuts. Because it was like 6 in the morning.
What else is there to do, right?
It was like 6 in the fucking morning, bro. We got back, went to the donut shop, got some donuts. And that was like our morning. And we were like, "Yo, that shit was crazy." Like
That is wild.
that was such a
dude.
fucking crazy night. Like we talk about that every once in a while. Like it comes up. Yeah.
Fucking slam the door in her head.
Bro, I
dude.
hit the fuck out of her. I feel so bad. Whoever you are, if you're watching this, I didn't mean to. I was just nervous because
Just working her charm on
you
her.
were
huh?
like, "Yeah, dude, seducing me." I didn't know what to do. Bro, tough. But like, what do you like? 16-year-old kid,
Yeah.
25-year-old, like not like she was hitting on us. She just had that like way of her.
Yeah.
But like for me, I'm like, like
Yeah.
giggly. I'm like, "Yeah.
You're like, okay, bye.
Okay." Yeah, dude. And it was exactly like that. Exactly like that.
No way.
Cause she's like, "All right, you boys stay safe, okay?" And I'm like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Okay, thanks." Fucking donker. Didn't even realize her face was still there.
No, dude.
Yeah, dude. Like a fucking
That's
idiot.
her fault, dude. Just blame her. She should have
Victim
moved,
blaming?
dude.
That's crazy.
Yeah, dude.
That's not.
I don't have any stories like that.
No, you don't. I mean, you don't have to.
Donking people in the head. I do have one story that it's not like super crazy, but we ended up going to this party for Edgar invited us, and for some reason this guy just ended up tripping. We're leaving, we're literally leaving, but because my brother and his friend got dropped off, and we drove in the BMW. We ended up.
A fucking BMW, dude.
That dude was just like trying to fight my brother for some reason, and then like
Edgar?
yeah, and then I ended up with like my boys there, and so we were like kind of defending him, but then like they ended up calling the cops, and it was like it's not a memorable night, but it was just like this fucking asshole did this. Um, his name's Oscar. Um, so we ended up throwing one of our friends into the trunk because we didn't fucking we didn't fit into the car. And apparently the cops were called, but we ended up just dipping out. And then one of the guys put a fucking like light that looked like the cop lights, but he was sitting on the right, like on the left side behind me while I was driving, and he put it on the back of the other guy's head, and it looked like I was getting fucking pulled over, dude.
Oh, shit.
And I was like, oh fuck, dude. And then right when I pull over, like go into like a parking lot, he's like, nah, bro, I'm just kidding. I was like, you're a fucking piece of shit.
Oh, fuck
But
you.
give you, dude, we're like we're hitting like bumps and shit. We have someone in the trunk.
Yeah.
So that's happened before. Where like we've had to put people in the trunk just to fucking, you know, get them
Yeah.
somewhere. Or
I got one.
yeah,
You were talking about the trunk.
yeah.
Just popped into my head right now. There was one time I was kicking it with my boy Sean, and we were at the homegirl's house. Shout out Yvette. We were at her house and we were partying with like their homies, right? I didn't really know any of them, like maybe a couple dudes, but like my homie was like Sean, right? And you know I knew Yvette from like back in the days.
Is
Even
the dancer? The one
my
in the,
homie
in the
Sean.
studio? Yeah.
Yeah, well, I don't know. He's not a dancer, but he can dance.
No,
Type
but
shit.
you're, because I remember one time you're like, yo, I told this fool, like, what are you doing? And then he's like, oh, I'm in the studio. And you're like, oh, shit. But then when I realized this was like in a dance studio, is it Black Sean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
I remember you telling me
I don't
that.
remember that at
Yeah.
all.
Dude, you're making fun of it because you're like, this fool said I'm in the studio. And then we started dancing.
No, like there was a joke because the joke back in the days that I used to say all the time was because my boy Sean he gets down, right? He used to get down back in the days. Uh, shout out Sean Ware, bro. If you're watching this, bro, I miss you. The joke was like my boy Sean, he came out the womb like this. Like, so I used to say that shit all the fucking
Slipped
time
out,
because
yeah.
because he used to fucking get down back in the days. But anyways, I was kicking with my boy Sean. We were at like the homegirl Yvette's house, and I remember getting like being super drunk, right? Every story is me being like super fucked up. By the way, I don't know if you guys notice this, but like we had to leave, and we all got crammed in a car. I forgot why we were going to another party or something, and I rode in the trunk because I was like, "There's not enough room." I'm like, "I'll fucking ride in the trunk, dog. I don't give a fuck." But it was like not a trunk; it was like a hatchback.
Oh, okay.
So like it was open. I just laid in the back.
Yeah.
I fell asleep before we got anywhere. Before we even got to the next spot, and I guess apparently we got pulled over. And my boy Sean told me, he was like, "Bro, we got fucking pulled over that night, and you were over there snoring in the back." Dude.
He's like, it's the exhaust. It's a little
Bro,
weird.
dude. And I guess I was snoring, and I guess they got pulled over. And I don't know what was wrong with the car. Like, I don't know. Either they just didn't have a driver's license or what.
Right.
But the cops made them, like, park the car and not drive. But they were my boy Sean was telling me, he was like, "Bro, we tried to wake you up and you would not get up."
Yeah.
So I woke up the next day in the back of the trunk. I woke up the next day. They parked the car in a park, like a parking lot of a park.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I woke up sweating.
It was fucking hot
Yes.
in there, dude.
And I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And I'm like looking around. I'm like, where the fuck am I? Had no fucking idea. Dude, my phone was dead. I was stranded there for hours. And like there was a note on the front of the car that said the car broke down. Please don't tow. We'll pick it up later tomorrow. right? And there was a phone number on it. But my phone was dead, so I couldn't call the phone number. And yeah, dude, I was stranded at this park because I had no idea where I was, and I didn't want to like just start wandering. Um, and like I was banking on these fools coming back for their car.
Yeah.
So like I stayed there for hours, and eventually I realized like they weren't coming back. So I had to like ask people like, hey, I'm sorry, can I borrow your phone? Because I was at a park and there's like people there. So I had to like walk up to like random ass people. And I was like, I'm like, hey, dude, like real quick. This is like a dude playing basketball with his girl or whatever. I'm like, hey, man, like real quick, like, sorry, dog, like, sorry to bother you, but I'm like, can I bum your phone real quick, dog? Like, I'm stranded out here. You know what I mean? I'm like, I just need to call my homie real quick. I'm like, I'm not gonna take off with your phone. I'm like, you know, I really need your help.
Need your phone, yeah.
Yeah, and he was like, he looked at me crazy. He looked at his girl. He did not trust me at all. I was like, dude, please, dog. Like, you know what I mean? I don't have any other options. My phone's dead. And he was like, all right. He like gave me his phone, but he was like keeping an eye on me. And I called that number that was on that fucking note, right? And it ended up being like my homie Sean's homie's number, right? His name's Mark. I used to call him Mark ass Mark. And shout out Mark. Fucking Mark ass motherfucker.
Yeah.
Call this fool. I'm like, yo, I'm like, hey, are you gonna fucking come back? He was like, bro, are you still there? I'm like, you motherfucker, you guys left me here. He was like, dog, you didn't want to wake up. What'd you want us to do?
Way.
He was like, I don't have gas in my car. I can't even blah 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 go and pick you up.
No way.
I'm like, dog, I have $40 in my wallet right now. I'm like, I will pay whoever the fuck will come out here to come pick me up.
Yeah.
He was like, you got $40? I was like, yeah. He's like, all right. He's like, hold up. He's like, we'll be right there. Him and like some other his homies come and pick me up. And I'm like, here, take everything out of my wallet. I don't give a fuck. I've been there for like 4 hours waiting for you guys. So like for me, I was just like, thank God I'm home, like kind of shit. But yeah, dude, I woke up in the back of a fucking trunk.
That's insane.
Like after a night of just like partying, like we were supposed to go to another party.
Just fell asleep.
Fucking idiot, dude. Oh my god.
And that was Sean's car.
No, that was like Sean's. That was like Mark's car.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it was Mark's car, and he was like, I don't, you know what I mean? Like I don't have any way to pick you up. And I'm like, bro, if you could find somebody to come pick me up, tell them I got money and I will pay for them to come pick me up. Like I don't give a fuck. Like you know what I mean? I think I had like $40 on me. I was like, I will give them all the money in my wallet. And whoever it was like $40. Hell yeah. You know what I mean? Dude, that was the worst. I'm telling you, I was there for hours, like just waiting, like hoping somebody was gonna come back. They weren't gonna come back. He was gonna leave me. They were gonna leave me there, and my shit was dead. I was like, fucked.
How did they expect you to fucking go home?
I don't know.
That's crazy because
Sean told me, he was like, bro, we tried waking you up, and you would not, like you just didn't. And your boy sleeps through earthquakes, you know what I mean? So like I don't wake up for nobody. So I'm like, you know what, you right. I can see it. You know what I mean? Shout out my boy Sean, bro. I miss you. But
that's funny because like speaking of Sean, when I met him one night, that's when you told me like, oh, he's like this fool like break dancer or whatever the fuck he does.
Nah, he just dances, bro.
It was like me, you, Castro, and then two of my boys, and then we ended up going for a party for some girl or whatever, and we're having a fucking great time that night. And then all of a sudden, there's this one weird dude who kept like going around and like specifically us and being like, "Hey man, like we just don't want any problems." And we're like, "We're not having any issues, dog. Like we brought beers, like we're fucking chopping it up with the girls." Like it was a cool house party. It was like in the backyard, but it was chill. Like the DJ was fucking playing really good music, and everybody was like, "Yeah." And from what I remember. Is that Sean didn't do shit to help us. That's all I know. Because he was kind of like, what the fuck? Because he didn't know any of us.
Are you talking about the time we got jumped?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, dude, it was me. Oh, fuck.
It was Sean. Because we were at his house.
But it was
like a little townhome.
It was, yeah, shit. He lived at a townhome. That was his mom's spot.
It was funny because it was like,
But he lived by himself.
We're all drinking and like whatever, and you see him and he's like in like a little nice
Yeah, but
the
no
pictures,
t-shirt.
yeah.
Yeah, good looking motherfucker. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
and then so
But
like
no, dude, it was me, you. It was I don't know if Castro was there. Was Castro there?
Castro was there.
Castro, Sean, Juan, Henry. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. We were rolling kind of deep, low key that
Yeah.
night. Yeah.
So like that night, it's when I don't know what happened, but I remember someone offering me a beer,
Uh huh.
and I was like, "Cool, man, thanks." And I was like, "Hey, we have stuff too. Like, you're more than welcome to have some." And then all of a sudden, I'm just like drinking, and then someone's just like, "Hey, man, like, just it's my brother. Like, don't worry about it. Like, blah blah blah." And I was like, "What are you talking about?" And I see this fool pacing, like, and it seemed like in my head, I was like, "Yo, this is the shit I see at like shows." Where, like fools are just pacing until like the fucking shit drops, and I'm like, whatever. And then I don't know. I guess he had beef with me, and then I was trying to be like, "This is such a cool party. Let's like break it up, whatever." And I was like, "Hey, man, like if
So
there's
this was a random dude,
random dude,
and
and
you
I
had
think
no idea he was pacing behind you.
no, I knew after when I looked at him, he was
Yeah.
pacing, but then
You didn't
like,
know why.
I didn't know why, and then I just ended up going up to him, and I was just like, "Hey, man, like if I did anything, because like we were just having a good time with everybody, and so and then like the girls were kind of like." Talking to us, and we were like, "Oh, it's my birthday." Well, we're doing what we do, you know.
Yeah, at that time we were very like,
Yeah,
yo,
yeah.
even
So,
if we didn't know anybody. Yeah.
mhm. And so I was just like, "Hey, man, like if I did anything to offend you, like I'm sorry. Like I didn't mean to. Like I'm sorry, my bad." And he goes, all I hear him say, he's like, "Man, fuck this," and then he like swings at me, and I was like, "What the fuck?" And I like take a fucking like I go back like this, dude, and he hits one of the girls right next to me.
Oh shit!
And I was like, "What the fuck, dude?"
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he hit one of the girls, and then I ended up like picking him up, and then like I slammed him, and that's when I started like it was like ground and pound, like I was like on top of him, and then I don't know. All I feel is like I don't know. I from at that point, I just remember like kind of like going down, like ducking down, and then like feeling like people fucking with me, but then I kind of feel like your arms go up and then like pick me up, and you're like, "Bro, we gotta go," and I was like, "All right, cool." But then I feel your arms like slip away really quick, and I look over and I'm seeing you getting down with like two guys, and then like you were fighting this fool, and then like the dude like was hitting you in the back of the head, and I was like, "What the fuck?" So I go after the guy that's hitting you in the back of the head, and then at some point there was like a pause, and then we're like, I remember us like kind of looking at each other, and we're kind of like, "Bro, we just had to fucking get down," because like everybody was kind of like squaring up, and I was like, "Fuck it, bro, like let's get down." And we ended up starting to get down with fools, and then we see the girl because for some reason she locked the gate.
Yeah, we couldn't get out.
We couldn't get out, so we ended up just literally just
That's so
and
crazy.
she's just like, "Oh my god!" And
She's
while we're
like trying to open the door.
yeah, and it's like the whole time we're just like fucking fighting, getting
against the
pushed
gate.
up against the gate,
Yeah.
dude. And then once that shit fucking opened, dude, we're out. We're fucking
Yeah.
ran out. I lost my Padre hat, and then we were waiting for stragglers. It was Henry ended up pulling out a knife because like people were trying to jump this fool.
Oh yeah.
Juan got down with one guy, and then Castro and what's his face didn't do anything. I was just like,
I know Sean didn't do shit. I don't remember Castro being there. low
Castro's
key.
being because he's the one who saw me on top of
Oh really?
like homeboy, or was it you? That was you.
Me.
Oh shit.
It was me. Okay, so let me tell you my side
Yeah.
of the story.
Your point of view.
Yeah, so my point of view was like I knew you were off in a different group. I
Yeah.
was talking to a different group. I knew you were somewhere over here,
Yeah.
right in this direction. And I knew you were talking to like a group of girls. I didn't know who was over there. I didn't know who they were. I just knew you were talking to somebody. And I was talking to people that I used to go to like middle school with.
Okay.
Could that happen to be there? And like people that I knew from back in the days, right? And I'm like, oh shit, what's up? Kind of thing. So I'm like chit chatting with like them, and out of nowhere I hear like a commotion. And I turn around, I'm like, oh shit, somebody's getting down. But like I look over, and I see you on top of this fucking big ass fool, bigger than you.
Yeah.
And I see you on top of him, just like boo, boo, boo. And I remember going turtle. Right, and that's when you were like, okay, like I'm sorry.
Okay, yeah,
That's
yeah. Yeah.
that time.
Okay.
You were like, I'm sorry. Okay. And that's when I came up behind you.
Right.
And I went and I grabbed you by the shoulders and I like picked you up. I was like, bro, let's get the fuck out of here. And this is what I said that I think turned everybody up.
Oh, okay.
I was like, bro, let's get the fuck out of here. Fuck these fools. Let's get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Right? And because I said, fuck these fools, everybody in the party was like, what? What'd you say?
Yeah, yeah.
And so everybody started turning on us.
Yeah.
And I remember like kind of like pulling you back like this. And one dude rushed. You fucking hit this fool first.
Okay.
One dude rushed us. You like broke out of my arm and you fucking boom hit this fool hard as fuck. And then when you hit this dude, I got hit by another dude.
Oh, shit.
And then I come back and then I start getting down this way. You were getting down that way. But like we're over here like boo, 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 boo. But like getting backed up at the same time because we're fighting an entire party almost at that point.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, so I'm fighting whoever's over here on this side. You're fighting whoever's there on that side. I don't remember any of our friends anywhere.
Yeah, no.
I don't remember
I just
any
remember
of them.
us, like...
And then like I said, we're getting backed up. We're on a gate. And
Yeah,
we're just
dude,
getting
we're just fucking throwing blows.
Yeah, we're getting fucking wrecked. I'm swinging my life away.
Yeah.
I'm like connecting. I'm getting connected on. Dude, I had a fucking mad ass black eye. My eye was entirely red and bloodshot.
Oh, shit.
And I had like a huge fucking welt on my shit. And then finally that girl got that gate open. We finally were like,
I don't know why that's like her just struggling.
as soon as the gate opened, like it ended and we like backed up. We were like free.
Yeah.
And like they stopped. They didn't like rush us.
Yeah.
They stopped as soon as like we got out the gate. But like it's not like we ran out the gate. The gate just opened. We were like out there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But they didn't come back. They didn't like chase after us.
No, yeah.
And then like I remember being like, yo, where the fuck were you guys?
Yeah.
You know, Sean was like, I ain't getting in that shit, bro. Like, you guys are crazy. You know what I mean? But I don't remember Castro being there. I remember Juan saying like, yeah, this one fool was trying to come at you, cheap shot you.
He was the one that was like kind of like talking to us and be like, oh, like, well, where are you guys from? Like he was kind of like being like, hey guys, like just keep it chill. Like, we're all like he was being weird that whole night, and then Juan
and then he
ended up
tried
having
to
deal
cheap
with,
shot you.
Yeah.
And I think Juan fucking hit him before he got the
Yeah.
chance to. And so I think Juan was hitting that for Henry. I don't know what the fuck happened.
He just pulled out a knife because there was a couple guys.
See, I didn't know that.
Henry don't fuck around.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's our felon friend.
And it's like the sweetest.
I know
fucking
he's the
guy.
nicest guy ever.
Yeah, dude.
He's the only one that's a felon. Shout out Henry, dog. I
Yeah.
fucking miss you,
Yeah,
bro.
dude.
Oh my god.
That night.
He's the sweetest fucking person ever,
Yeah.
too.
I was so mad, dude, because I lost my Padre hat. It was like a brand new hat.
I
Like
had a black eye. Fuck you, bro. Fuck your Padre.
we ended up fucking meeting up at like a Taco Bell.
Taco Bell. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And we were in the middle of the street. I remember being like, oh, all of a fucking sudden.
Yeah.
When we finally got out the gate, I was like, all of a fucking sudden. You know what I mean? And I remember Sean being like, all of a sudden what? Like what? Like what do you
Yeah.
mean? I was like, they fucking stop fucking swinging when the gates open. They don't want to fucking come out on the street. They want to fight us over there when we're backed up to a fucking corner. You know what I mean? Like all of a sudden the gates open and we're like out. Now they don't want to come out. You know what I mean? Fuck you, pussies. Bro, I was so like us two against an entire party.
Yeah.
Fuck you, dog. I was so mad. I
We're
was
so
angry.
lucky that that's what, because I feel like I ended up getting a black eye too. I don't remember.
I
but
mean, we're lucky that's all that happened.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
What's that line where he's like, this is all you need. What's that line from Friday where the dad tells him like all you got to do is just like pick up your hands?
Yeah. I don't
Yeah.
know the line, but
Thank
yeah.
God we didn't get fucking stabbed or shot that night.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Thank God it was just like we just got down. That's all it was.
Just scrapped. Yeah, do that.
You know what I mean? I'll take that any day. You know, I'll get my ass beat any day over, you know, getting shot at. You know what I mean? I've seen that way too many times. It's crazy.
Dude. That night was wild. That was a fucking wild
That's
night.
a story,
Yeah,
bro.
dude.
Yeah, you were fucking this dude up. And I was like, oh shit, what's going on? I was like,
You're like, whoa.
oh, beat his ass. But I'm like, wait, is that fucking Turtle? And you were fucking this dude up. And yeah, dude.
I think what set me off was that like when he swung at me, he hit that girl, and
Mm-hmm.
then I was like, all right, like
You're too nice.
can't be hitting girls. So.
I would have been like, oh shit.
But I was still,
That's
he was still
crazy.
attacking me, dude.
Oh,
Like,
yeah, that's right.
She was just, what was it? She was
That's
collateral damage, dog. I
Yeah.
felt bad for her. Those girls ended up like getting our number. Like one of them got my number. She's like, hey, like ended up like texting us, being like, hey, you guys okay? Like I saw what happened. Like sorry, like apologizing. I'm like,
it was probably their fault. Homeboy was probably jealous
Yeah.
that you're over here talking to the girls that he came with. You know what I mean? But like that was, dude, I feel like that was always the issue.
Yeah.
It was like we were like that. We were like those dudes. We weren't like crazy trying to get at anybody.
Yeah, yeah.
But like I was saying, like that's how we were. You know what I mean? Like we didn't give a fuck who you were. We didn't give a fuck where you were from. We weren't banging on anybody. We weren't trying to like cause trouble. We just wanted to have a good time.
Yeah.
And if we had a good time with people, like we wanted to have a good time with people, right? Dudes took that the wrong way.
Yeah.
Like I feel like there was always some drama with, like people always wanted to fight us.
For what? No.
Is that am
No.
I wrong about that?
No. Yeah,
I feel like that era was like everybody wanted to get down with us because we were just like, I don't know if it was like we were talking to the
Outgoing,
girls
yeah,
or
yeah.
like we were just too outgoing. And that's why I say people from the IE are not friendly, dog. You know what I mean? And that's why I'm like, people from San Diego are way too
It
nice.
was such a culture shock, dude.
It's super.
Because for
And
me,
it's-
I was just like, hey, what's going on, girls?
You can't do that out there because people will take it that way and start
We will get
pacing
jumped.
back and forth, and then you get jumped afterwards.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You start being friendly, people are like, "What's this dude's problem?" Or like people think you have an ulterior motive type shit.
Yeah.
In which I'm not gonna lie, I feel the same way sometimes when people are too friendly. I'm like, "What's this dude? Like, what's he up to?" Type shit. You know what I mean? Like I feel the same way, and that's
Yeah.
probably because that's where I was raised. That's where I
Yeah,
grew up.
yeah, yeah.
But I feel like that's why we had so many problems. And then you being from fucking San Diego, you want to say hi to everybody and be so friendly. You know what I mean? Nah, but like that's how we were. We
Yeah.
were like that. You know what I mean? You were a different level a little bit more than me.
Yeah.
Like, you were a little bit too friendly at times. And like those dudes, yeah, those dudes they take shit weird.
Weird, yeah.
Super weird. You know what I mean? Yeah, bro. I'll never forget that. I'll never forget that. When I looked over, I'm like, oh shit, what's going on over there? And it's you beating this fool's ass.
I was like,
I'll never forget that. And yeah, then when I yelled your name out, you were like, I'm sorry, okay. Like
Yeah.
you were doing something wrong. You know what I mean? But you kind of were. You were fucking this guy up.
yeah, dude, I don't know.
It's like that time I saw you beat Boyo's ass with your face.
Oh,
You
no.
used your forehead.
Headbutting him, dude. Oh,
You were
no.
using your forehead, bro, hitting this fool in the nose. Like you were fucking Boyo up. Shout out Boyo. I miss you.
He was actually super chill, dude.
No, Boyo was fucking tight. I like love Boyo.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was fucking sick as fuck. But he called you out.
Yeah.
He called you out that night, and you were like, all right. And dude, that spectacle was crazy because you guys were.
That was a night.
That was a crazy night. We were down on the bottom floor, and everybody else was like on the second floor, third floor, like on the
It was
balconies
weird,
just
bro. That
watching.
shit looked like. I
And
don't
we were
know.
like that. It was like a
It
cage
was a
match.
movie, bro. It felt like a movie.
And this was before like TikTok and like we
Yeah.
weren't recording shit.
No.
We were just watching. And you and Boyo were like throwing hands, dog.
Yeah.
And Boyo had that crazy reach on you.
yeah.
I'll never forget
dude
that.
was
'Cause
like,
all Boyo had to do was just like back
bro,
you
because
up.
I remember we took a picture one time and he was in the middle and he
had
had
his
like hands on like all of us, dude.
And Boyo was like 6 foot tall.
Yeah, he was tall.
You're like 5'2".
5'8". No, but he was really tall. He was like,
Bro, he had
was-
that crazy reach.
Yeah.
And I remember you being like doing your like ducking shit. And you're trying to land haymakers, dude. I remember that.
Yeah,
Because
dude.
I remember you being like, whew, trying to duck under his shit, but being like, sheesh. And it would be like,
Oh yeah.
like graze him, dude.
Yeah.
And then it ended up coming down to like you taking him down and just you beating the fuck out of him with like your face. Because he was holding onto your arms.
Yeah.
All you had was your forehead, dude. And all you kept being like, boo, boo. And just like hitting him. Dude, it was, that shit was nuts.
That was crazy, dude.
I'm going to tell you right now, my cut, I forgot who it was. I think it was Danny. Danny, after that, I think Danny was there. And after that night, Danny was like, he was like, I didn't know Turtle was like that. And I'm like, oh, you don't know. I'm like, you don't know Turtle. And he was like, yeah. He's like, I will never fuck with Turtle ever. And I'm like, yeah, dog, you do not want to fuck with this fool.
That's
I'm like,
crazy.
he's the nicest fucking person you'll ever fucking meet in your life. he will protect you with his entire life.
Yeah.
I'm like, don't fuck with him. And Danny was like, yeah, I figured that out that night.
Yeah.
You know, I was like, I'm just glad I'm his friend. Like, he likes me, dude.
Bro, I was taking blows to like the stomach because like whenever I would do like a haymaker or whatever, like he would like bring my head down and then he would like knee me in the stomach, bro.
Oh, was he throwing knees?
He was throwing
Oh, I don't
knees,
remember
bro. And
that.
then like after 2 times where I was like kind of like losing my breath, I started like blocking him because he had like fighting experience.
Yeah, it looked like it. Like, yeah, Boyle got down.
Yeah, and I was just like,
I remember refereeing that fight. I was like the only one down there with you guys. Everybody else was up top.
Yeah, dude.
And I would like break it up. I'd be like, hey, stand up.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. I was like doing that bullshit, whatever.
Because I remember Castro has a video of it, and then
No way.
yeah, and then I think it was Edgar because me and Edgar used to fuck around. We would wrestle, and then I think
Shout out Megamind.
Megamind, and then but like once I guess it got to that point where it was like ground and pound. All from like in the video, you can hear Edgar like, "Oh man, Boyle fucked up.
It's over.
It's over." Yeah, and then like I ended up because I did wrestling and Edgar did like jujitsu, like some other fucking fighting.
Yeah, I
style.
remember trying to wrestle you and you would just fuck me up every time.
I mean, the weight class is obviously different, but Edgar was really like, he was like, "Fuck it, bro, let's go." And I was like, "All right, cool." Like it was just like sparring, I guess you could call it. But like, I remember like I saw the video, but from when I was listening to it, I heard Edgar being like, "Oh shit, like Boyle
You
shouldn't
could hear
grapple
that?
him."
You could hear that in the video?
Yeah,
That's crazy.
yeah, and I was like, "Oh fuck."
Whose
dude.
video is that? Castro's?
I think Castro has it, and then I think George has it in like his old Apple laptop.
There's no way they still have that, you think?
I don't know.
We gotta find that somewhere.
No.
Put it in the chat if you want. If you want to see Turtle fuck Boyle up. Shout out Boyle though, like that shit was sick. That shit was crazy.
That was a great dude.
Like I remember him calling you out and me being like, "Oh shit," like kind of being like,
it was like a joke. It was a joke
Was
at
it?
first because
Okay.
we were like, because we beat him at beer pong,
"Uh-huh."
and then he was like super upset, and I was just like, and I made the joke. I was like, we can go outside, bro, but like, just kidding, you know, because and then it was like good game, and then he ended up being like, yeah, and I was like, well, what are you
Oh,
talking
he
about?
really thought he was gonna fuck you up.
And
huh?
then he's like, you want to go outside? And I was just like, nah, man. It was just a joke. And then like I think what triggered me was like he opened the door and he went like this and he's like, let's go outside. And he like,
Oh no.
and I was like, fuck it, bro. Like whatever, dude.
My
It's
boy
the
was really
ego.
confident.
Yeah, and I was
And
just
that
like,
makes sense how you said he had fighting experience.
yeah,
He probably thought he was gonna fuck you up.
yeah. So,
Which I mean, for the most part, he kind of had you
bro,
because he had like
he had the
He had
reach.
the crazy reach on you,
Yeah,
and you were like dink dink.
yeah.
You were taking those jabs,
Yeah.
and I remember like him like trying to back you up, but like you just kept coming forward, and you're just like taking him, but he's like hitting you like while he's backing up, and you're just walking forward on him,
Yeah,
and you're like waiting for that like haymaker. Dude.
yeah.
Yeah. Oh
That
shit.
fucking-
That shit was crazy.
That was a crazy
dude.
night, dude.
Yo, shout out back in the days, the apartment, dude.
I would never do that now.
No, absolutely not.
It had to be like life endangering.
Yeah,
where
of
I would have
course.
to be in this situation. No,
Yeah, I'm not fighting for fun
no,
anymore. I'm
no.
not
In my
doing it.
20s or when I was in my teens, sure. Like we'll get back up, bruise will go away, fine, whatever. But now, no. I'd have to take a Tums before I get.
Stupid. That's so crazy.
Just like wait. Just
Pop a couple.
Yeah.
My acid reflux is acting up.
if I move too fast, you know, she gets fucked.
Yeah, it's crazy. Like I was never a fight for fun kind of guy. I've only done it a couple times, which is whatever. You know what I mean? I did it in high school. Like, hey, you want to get down with this fool kind of thing? Like we want like more people fighting. Like there used to be like a fight club in high school,
Yeah.
and like fools would get down. And I remember like going to one of them, and like one of them asking me like, hey, you want to go around with my homie? And I'm like, who the fuck is your homie? And you know them showing me, and me being like, nah, I'm straight. Like, come on, dog, we need more fights. Like, there's only 2 fights today. Like, we want to like put more people on.
Yeah.
And my dumbass ended up agreeing.
Oh shit.
Yeah, I ended up agreeing. I ended up fucking him up like crazy. But
You're scrappy, bro. From what I've seen, I was like, yo, my boy's scrappy.
Bro, I fucked him up, but I ended up technically I lost because in the middle of it, I was so tired and winded that I was like, all right, like I'm done.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Like I called it. So technically I lost because
Right.
like I gave up first. But like yeah, I fucked him up. He had like 2 black eyes the next day he went to school type shit. Um,
That's crazy.
but like fighting for fun, I've only done that once or twice.
Mm.
Like for the most part, any fight I've ever been in was always because like I had to defend myself, or I was the aggressor and being a dick,
Yeah.
and then I got fucked up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because my problem is I always end up picking fights with like dudes that are way bigger than me,
Yeah.
and then I get my fucking ass kicked.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But like for me, I was always like I'm not backing down from you, motherfucker. Like too much pride type shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's always fucked me over though. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, yeah. I mean, I remember my first official like fight, because I used to get down with my brothers or whatever, but like I don't consider that, you know, like. But I feel like that's what
You had that, yeah, yeah.
prepared
I
me,
didn't
bro.
have that.
Yeah.
I had girl cousins
Yeah.
and like my boy cousins, but like we didn't.
You can hurt people's feelings.
Oh yeah, we didn't. I was petty. Like with my dude cousins, like we didn't fist fight. You know,
Yeah.
we were just like fuck each other up, but it was different. It wasn't like boxing type shit.
Yeah.
So I didn't have that like you had that. See,
Yes, and it
You were
was like
prepared.
fucking random night,
I had
dude.
to learn
Yeah.
like through life.
And it's like I didn't even want to. I was just like, I think it was a guy who was maybe a year older than us, but he graduated as my senior year, and I think his brother was at the party, but then he came. But I was kind of like joking. I was like, bro, like, hang out with your own, because he was the only older guy there. So I was kind of like talking shit, and then
What
it-
you do?
it was the same thing, like just being like, hey, why don't you just hang out with your own homies, you know? It's like, or bring some girls, older girls over, or whatever. Just kind of like picking at him.
You're hanging out with high school kids.
Yeah,
That's
that
crazy.
type
Yeah.
shit. And he kind of like, I think what triggered me with Boy was like the same thing that what he did, because it was weird. The house that we were at, they had like a boxing ring. So like the guy who was hosting the party, the dad, like the family, they were like wrestlers,
Boxers.
fighter, like they just did shit like that.
And they had a boxing ring in the house.
In the back of the fucking, in the
That's
backyard,
crazy.
yeah. And then he was just like, bro, let's take you to the ring. And I was just like, nah, man, like I didn't, because for one, like I didn't know like if I was gonna be able to fight this guy. I was just talking shit. And then it got to the point where he's just like, nah, fuck that. Like he kept calling me out, and I was like, sure. I was like, let's go. But like this dude, this is why I was like, it doesn't fucking matter like what someone looks like. He was like probably like 5% body fat, lean, fucking big, like big dude, muscles and shit. And then like we got into the ring,
He had
and
pussy hands.
yeah, dude. And then like he's like, so what? So we're gonna get down? And he's like, how are we gonna do this? And I was just like, are you ready? And he's just like, yeah. And I was like, all right. And he like pushes me. Like the first thing that he does is pushes me. So like, but like he didn't push me far, so we were super close. And the first thing I did was like I headbutted him right in the fucking bridge of his nose. So he like,
Is that your go?
that's my go-to.
God
If we're too close that I can't swing, I'm gonna fucking headbutt you.
No fucking way.
Yeah, and that's like he like
That's
pushed
crazy.
me.
I never think about
He was
that.
like right here, and then so like,
But he gave you like a little pussy push.
yeah, and
You
I was
said,
just like, what
"Whoo."
the fuck? And I just fucking hit him, dude. And he like came back, but like once you get hit, like right,
Oh yeah.
your eyes start watering,
Yep.
dude. And I just fucking started laying in on
Yeah,
him. Bro.
you're dazed.
I was never like I didn't let up, dude. And then like people pulled him out because it was like a fucking boxing, dude. Like people were, and all I hear is like, bro, get some elbows on him, fucking. I just kept all I heard, and the thing is like when this happens to Edgar too. Like when we start getting into fights, like everything slows down like a lot. Where I'm just, but my heart, I could just feel my heart just like. But then all I can hear is just like, because like in the movies when you hear them punching, it's not the same. It sounds like slaps when you're just like pop pop. That's what it was, dude. That's all I had, and I just fucking kept going and going until like he was on the ground and someone like pulls his legs out, and then the girls were like telling me that when they took him in, like all his shit was just like fuck, like his mouth, like his whole face was just like fucked, and I was like, and that's when the cops came. Cops came over, and then we ended up fucking, I forgot who I think I called Junior at the time, and like everybody was trying to like cram into that BMW, bro, like just to get the fuck out, and we bounced, dude. And that night, like,
Shit.
I ended up getting like fucking props. People were like, yo, what the fuck?
Everybody was like, "Yo, you hear about turtle?" Like,
Yeah, dude. And I was just like, what the fuck, dude?
Yeah.
Like, for me,
It's
it
a
was
good feeling for one. I'm gonna
no,
say.
it was because it's like for me, I didn't expect that to take on someone because it's like I kind of had the like,
And
oh,
he
this
was
fool's
bigger than
buff,
you.
like this fool's
Yeah.
buff, like this was about to like it's gonna like we're about to get down, you know. Like,
Yeah.
but it was nothing. But like he couldn't throw hands. Like just because you lift weights doesn't mean you can fucking fight. Like that's what I learned from then. And then I was like, it doesn't matter how big or small someone is, because
Yeah, for sure.
someone smaller than you can fuck you up, dude. It doesn't matter. But yeah, that was one of those nights, dude. And fucking, but then it's like going back to high school, like you see people like the rumors and all this shit, and I was just like. I wasn't like basking. I was kind of like a little bit embarrassed because I was like, "Fuck, is someone gonna find out?" Because it's like once parents get involved.
Yeah.
But he was 8. He was older than us, so it's like he was finding a minor.
Like
so.
who? Oh shit!
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, so
He would have gotten in more trouble.
yeah, but his little brother was
for
trying
getting
to, like,
his ass kicked.
his brother was trying to be like, "Oh, that was a cheap shot." And
He
I
was
was
trying to
just,
press you.
yeah. And I was just, and at that point, like getting all this, like I was like, "Fucking run it, bro." Never did.
You're super hyped about it.
Yeah.
You're like, "What's up? Who else want it?"
I was fucking on that high,
Yeah,
dude.
yeah.
I was like, run it. And didn't do it, bro. I was like, you know. And the thing is, we live like down the street from each other. I was like, you know where I live, dog? Like,
Yeah.
handle that shit.
Pull up.
Yeah. No.
That's crazy, dude.
That was my first fight. And then I got into more fights, like living in Ontario and stuff like that. So.
The IE, man, that's a whole different ball game, dog. Everybody wants to press you. Everybody, like, at least when I was growing up, everybody was like very like, especially the younger dudes had like they had something to prove.
Yeah.
And, you know what I mean? Like every party we ever went to, there was always a dude trying. Somebody got down.
Yeah.
There's always somebody getting down. You know what I mean? The homie Jedi, you know him as Jedi, right?
Yeah.
The homie Fossil was always getting down with somebody. You know, the group was getting down with, like my cousin's homies were always getting down. Like there was always a fight. Always. Yeah. I've seen my cousin Angel. I've seen my cousin Angel's homie, right? D-Lo. I've seen this fool pummel somebody like
shit.
bad, and kind of the same thing where I was like, D-Lo is like really cool, really fucking down to earth, cool as cat. After that, I was like, I will never fuck with this fool ever again, bro. And it was like one of those things. We were at a party, we were all hanging out, and some random ass dude walks up to him, and I remember watching this dude walk up. I'm like, who the fuck is this guy?
Yeah.
And he's like talking to him, and he said some shit like, you know who I am? And I remember like that fool was like, yup. He was like, let's go take a walk. He was like, all right.
Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, and D-Lo was
cash.
like, yeah, super cash. And like, D-Lo, dude, this fool was like 6 foot, right? The fool that walked up to him was like 5'7", 5'8". He was like my height. And, you know, D-Lo was like, all right, dude, sure. So he walks out, and we're like, oh, shit. We follow, and that dude's by himself, right? I don't know what the problem was. I don't know what originated, what started it. And that dude, D-Lo, was like, are you sure, dog? Like, I don't, you know what I mean? And the dude was like, yeah, fuck yeah, let's run it. And we're in the middle of the street, and we're all in the middle of the street now. And he was like, yo, it's supposed to be on one-on-one. And Alex was there, and I remember Alex being like, it is a one-on-one. Nobody's jumping in. Like, don't worry about it. Like, kind of thing, like, he's going to fucking handle you.
Yeah.
Sure enough, dog, this fucks him up so bad, dude. Hits him, knocks him out, just beats the shit out of him.
Jesus.
Cops come, everybody scatters type shit. And it reminds me of kind of like you, or like kind of that story where Danny was like, ever since I saw that, I don't want to. And that's what I thought about that. Like, ever since I saw that, I would never fuck with him type shit. You know, never stopped me with anybody else though. Mm-hmm. Yeah, but good thing he was like our friend.
He was on our side. Yeah.
Kind of thing, dude.
Yeah, because I never tried instigating anything with anybody. Like, I'd always talk shit, but I felt like it wasn't to like get to that point.
Yeah, that was my problem. Was that I was always like
getting to that point.
Always.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
So what's up? You got any other stories? Any other crazy nights?
I don't know if I want to tell a story right now.
Cut to the
You know, I'll tell the story.
You wanna tell the story?
Nah, I won't. I'll save it. I'll save it for
Yeah,
later.
say it.
It's a good one. It's a good one, but I'll save it for later. We got stories for days.
Yeah,
Put it in the chat if you want to hear another one.
You want to do the movie rec?
Yeah, let's do the movie
Let's
rec.
do the movie rec.
Today's movie rec, or this week's movie rec, is gonna be. I already forgot. Fuck. It's called. Oh, it's the okay. So on Netflix, Wes Anderson just directed a couple short films.
Mm-hmm.
Not just. It was like last year, but
Right.
these are like his first Netflix originals. These are Netflix originals. He made them specifically for Netflix.
Mm-hmm.
It's called The Story of Henry Sugar and Three More, right?
These titles.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, okay.
Right? Or The Wonderful Story of Henry Sugar and Three More.
Okay.
So it's 4 mini stories in one, right? And they're based on short stories by the author of Roald Dahl. You know who that is?
No.
He wrote the books for Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory.
Okay.
He did the BFG, The Witches. He did Matilda.
Okay.
All those like stories from like our childhood. He wrote those books, and obviously they're movies now type shit. So like very famous author, very very famous children's author, right? These stories aren't those. These are different. These are different types of stories, short stories of like this man's memoirs or like other stories that he had written down that were never published.
Okay.
From his like own personal notebooks, and like unfinished stories, and they made them into like movies and short stories. And if you know Wes Anderson is the type of director. If you've watched any of his movies, like The Grand Budapest Hotel.
Oh, okay.
Same director.
In my head, I was just like, I didn't want to say it,
Yeah.
but okay.
Asteroid City.
Yes.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Shit like that. Like, you know his type of movie. These are the same types of movies.
Holy shit.
So, a very good looking movie. I fucking love Wes Anderson. And the crazy thing about these short stories is like you think of this author as like this children's stories, like happy go lucky, right? These stories aren't like that
No.
at all, right? And it shows you like kind of like a different side and of this author a little bit. You know what I mean? This dude was born in a different time,
Yeah.
and there's like reports of him being like a racist and like a bigot and like, you know what I'm saying? And some of these stories that kind of comes through.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so it's kind of like it's kind of weird when you think about it in that aspect. If you watch it without knowing any of that, right? I know who Roald Dahl is because the BFG was like my favorite book growing up. Okay. That was like my favorite story. I've read that book like 10 times when I was a kid. You know what I mean? Because it was my favorite. So I know him, and obviously like Matilda, very very famous movie, whatever. So I know of him. I didn't know this side. You know what I mean? And then after like watching that and then reading like the caption of it and then kind of explaining of like where these stories came from, because they'll tell you like it'll play the movie, and at the end it was like this story originated from, you know, Roald Dahl's like personal journal, or while he was staying in France for between the years of this and that, he wrote this down, and you know, it's just like a little short story that was never finished. So yeah, it's pretty cool, cool. And mainly because Wes Anderson directed them. I love him.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And the stories are pretty intense. So if you get a chance, watch them. If you don't like Wes Anderson movies, you're not gonna like this. You know what I mean? But I love Wes Anderson, so for me,
Give it a chance though.
give it a chance, dude. They're beautiful movies. You know what I mean? So it's my recommendation for the week. Watch them. They're on Netflix.
Yeah.
They're like 15 minutes each.
Oh, okay.
There's 4 of them.
Okay.
So it makes up an hour. But yeah.
All right. Let us know what you think, guys.
Yeah.
Bye.